Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today, basically, I wanted to make a video about how I managed boards with NEET because a lot of people were requesting it, and so I just thought of making a video on it. So, basically, I'll just be talking about how I sort of managed my 12th boards with NEET. So, I gave NEET in like my first attempt with like 12th grade. So, for all of the 12th graders watching out there who are planning to give NEET with their 12th, this is like the video for you. So let me just say that I got 95.8% in the 12th boards, which is a pretty decent score, and that's great. But so I just wanted to like tell you everything that I did for my boards journey, and it was nothing special. Okay, it was like pretty ordinary, and yeah, just to like help you, guide you if, in any way I can. But yeah, basically for boards what I did when I was like, I think so my boards were in February, okay, like the latter half of February. And basically the thing that was happening was ki, during January and December when boards were approaching, when we even had practicals in January, right? So for practicals I was actually more scared of practicals than I was for theory boards, because in practicals like you actually have to do it, like chemistry, especially salt analysis, it's pretty tough, and like deciding the salt. So I definitely did pay a little more attention to my practical syllabus, especially because it was relevant for NEET also now, since it was like added into the syllabus of NEET. So what I did in December was I dedicated a lot of time in December, especially the latter half of December, towards like learning the practical syllabus, basically mostly like chemistry, salt analysis, and also like the other organic part that was recently added for chemistry. For bio, I mean, there's nothing really much to be learned for bio in terms of experimental physics. Just like those, I mean, it was pretty easy, nothing great. And also the other one was physics also we have experiments that were added into NEET syllabus as well. So I did spend a lot of time in that, but mostly I would say the majority of my time for practicals at least went towards chemistry. And yeah, what I did for chemistry was just follow my school notes, and also I used to watch the YouTube lectures of Mohit sir from PW, and I used to refer to salt analysis for NEET point of view from him and from his videos. But like for passing the board's practical exam, I used to refer to my school notes. Okay. And then talking about the next one, which is basically the theory boards, right? What would I do in that? For my boards, I thought of like buying books for, like sample papers that were dedicated towards like CBSE sample papers for boards. So I had thought of buying those, but then after a lot of thinking and consideration, I was like, maybe I won't even have time to solve these papers, because at that point of time in February, since we're so close to May, which like the month the exam is, I was so much focused and more aligned towards preparing for NEET that I was like, maybe I won't even have time. I won't even want to do the CBSE sample papers. And I was also not in that state that I have to get like 99%, 98%. Those are great scores, but I was not aiming for that. I was just like, 90% se above aa jayenge, I'll be happy with that, right? So it was not that I was aiming to top it or anything. I just wanted to like, get good marks. So I decided at the end not to buy any books for boards. I was just gonna do one and only favorite book of mine, which is NCRT. So believe it or not, I did NCRT for physics, chemistry, and bio, all of them for boards. What I used to do, I'll tell you. In the month of like January towards the end, I started focusing on NCRT a lot. Even like mostly I would say towards February starting, I was focusing on NCRT a lot. Like I would read chemistry NCRT again and again, both the part one and part two, right? Especially physical chemistry. Then your what we have, the organic and organic chemistry. I used to read that like a lot of times. I would read it. And even for bio to matlab, I had been reading NCRT since like the whole of 12, so it was not that much of a problem for me for bio. But in physics, again, physics was like, I don't, obviously no one really likes to read the physics NCRT, but then you have to at the end, because if you want to pass boards, because they might even ask you statement based questions in NEET. So I did have to read physics NCRT. I did not read 11 physics NCRT, but I did read 12 physics NCRT twice. Once it was when I was like going through it very nicely and thoroughly, and highlighting all the important points. And the second time was basically when I was just going through my highlighted points just to see whichever was NEET relevant. So I used to highlight only those points which I thought were NEET relevant, that they might ask us statement based questions, right? So some tricky questions they might be asking. So I had highlighted only those in my physics NCRT, and that's literally all I did for my boards. I would just do NCRT again and again and again and again, and that solved my problem for boards. So I did get 95 in physics, and I got 97 in chemistry, and I got 92. If I'm not wrong, in bio. Yeah, it is 92. So I mean, yeah, it was like that. So I mean, I did not I wasn't really aiming for like a really good score for boards. I just wanted to get 90% above, and I would be happy with that. So that's why I didn't really follow any sample papers. But if you do have time, if you are aiming for a good score in boards, then I would definitely say go ahead with the sample papers. If you can dedicate time to it, it'll be great. It'll be helpful for your preparation. But I'll tell you one more thing that I did. Like 2-3 days before the board exam was, what I used to do is I used to just go on YouTube, or like any website, and I would just search the most frequently asked boards questions. Okay? And I used to get like lots of videos because that's the most trending topic right that time. So they would basically just go through the previous year K physics papers, previous year K chemistry papers, previous year K bio papers, and they would just go through all of that, discuss all the questions, the very, very important questions, frequently asked questions. I would do that. I would watch all those videos. Like they were like pretty long videos. I used to watch it at like 1.5x to 2x speed. But I used to see all of those questions, and some of those questions even came during my boards exam. So they were definitely helpful. And even when you're watching those videos, they actually like give you the full solution and show you how to write the answer, so that you also understand, because we're always like used to writing objective papers. So writing subjective can be a bit tricky, not really tricky, but a bit tricky. But yeah, so they like they'll tell you how to write it, how to do the calculations and stuff. So that was also helpful, right? Going through those videos I did. So that's basically what I did for the boards. I did my NCRT, that was my priority. But then definitely 2-3 days before board used to start, like 2 days roughly, the last 1 or 2 days, I would definitely just keep watching those videos again and again, seeing okay, this is the important question has been asked a lot, this is an important question has been asked a lot. So you do that for all of my subjects, not just for physics, chemistry, bio. All of my subjects I used to do that. And yeah, that's that's basically all I did. If I mean, personally, I do not use any books, so I cannot recommend any books really. Just NCRT, and any like there are lots of channels that cater to these boards preparation videos and all of that. And if you can watch those 1 or 2 days before NEET, or like some of my classmates used to prepare like 1 week before NEET. They were also like, everyone was like NEET centric only. They were like mainly focused on NEET. So you can, that depends on your understanding of the topic, your understanding of how well prepared you are in that particular subject. So for me, basically that's what I did for boards. And yeah, that's what I would recommend. Even if you are taking any sample papers or anything, do remember that your ultimate goal is NEET. And don't forget your NCRT, because your NCRT will help you not only in your boards, and it will also help you in your NEET, right? So if you want to keep that, I was always like, that was basically my thought process. Key boards is secondary right now. NEET is the most important thing, and NCRT will be helpful for both NEET as well as boards. So that was the reason why I spend more time on NCRT. But also, you have to pay attention to boards. And yeah, so that's why I watched those videos. I did not really attempt any sample papers or anything like that. To be honest. And yeah, but at the end of the day, it depends on you. It depends on you as well. If you feel like you need the practice, if you feel like do have time, you can dedicate time to it without it affecting your NEET preparation a lot, then definitely go ahead. Now, also, let me tell you something. I did not stop giving tests during my boards. Okay. Do not stop giving mock tests during your boards. It'll be a great benefit, because you have a lot of time gaps, right, between your board papers. So don't stop giving mock tests. Don't stop studying for NEET. Remember the thing, NEET is your ultimate goal, right? It's the only thing that will help you become a doctor, if that's what your goal is. So yeah, don't stop giving your test. Don't stop practicing questions. Don't stop revising your sub chapters, 11 chapters, 12 chapters. Don't stop revising all of that just because you have boards going on. I didn't stop doing that. During those gap days, I would basically do that, right? Sometimes you had 11 days, sometimes you had 7 days. What are you supposed to do in that time? You're not supposed to just dedicate all that time to boards. You should dedicate some part of it to your NEET test and to your NEET preparation, and also give tests during your boards as well. Do not leave tests during your boards. And yeah, that's it. I'd like to keep it short now. And if you have any other video recommendations, I'm thinking of making a video around my test analysis or mistake book. And if you want to watch that, you can let me know in the comments. And yeah, thank you so much as always for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.